Welcome back to Strength and Health for Life, where we prevent you from destroying your innards. Hello! Welcome to day 74 of our weight loss journey together. Before we begin, we ask that you smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell so you get all alerts, and watch the video all the way through. Also, if you have any topics you'd like to see in this channel, please leave your suggestions in the comment section below. Today's topic is food additives. As we've stated many times over, it's best to have a full, complete diet made of foods that are not processed. But there are many reasons why some people are unable to do this all the time. For those of us unable to have a diet that is completely free of non-processed foods, we're creating a list to help you avoid the worst of it. We'll go over 10 of the worst food additives that they are putting into your food. We'll also turn this into a series as there's a lot of information on each one. In fact, there's too much information on most of them to have it all contained in one video. So most of these will end up getting their own video as well. But we'll introduce them and their basic effects here. By the way, if you're wondering how I have so much time to do research and work out and live the life that I want to live, click the first link in the description to learn how now. So here's a list of the 10 worst food additives to avoid at all costs. Number 1, artificial sweeteners. But isn't it better than sugar? No! Artificial sweeteners and sugars may react differently within our bodies, but artificial sweeteners in general are actually much worse. And newer research shows that these still may trigger insulin resistance and diabetes. So you're really not getting the benefits you think you are. And even if you avoided that, many of these still digest and turn into toxins inside your body. So it's best to avoid them altogether. The 3 most common examples are aspartame, sucralose, and saccharin. And since the FDA requires that they list these on the ingredients if they're contained within your food, they should be easily spotted if you read the ingredients. Number 2, high fructose corn syrup. Oh, this one's horrible. High fructose corn syrup is contained in most products these days, but it's still avoidable. You should, however, avoid it at all costs. They label this as a sugar substitute, which it technically is. But what it is a highly refined, super concentrated dose of sugar. And it's incredibly cheap, which is why so many companies use it in their food. The problem is that it's such a high dose of sugar your body can't process it all. There is a direct correlation between high fructose corn syrup and diabetes. High fructose corn syrup is even capable of causing diabetes in those that are not predisposed to type 2 diabetes. And that's directly because it's such a high concentrated dose of sugar. It can even damage other tissues and increase your bad cholesterol levels. So make sure you read the back of your foods and look for this on the ingredient list. If it contains high fructose corn syrup, put it back! Number 3, monosodium glutamate. Also known as MSG, this chemical is hidden in many products. I'll definitely be giving this its own video because there is such a huge list of names for it, and the effects are just ridiculous. It essentially overexcites the cells in your body until they're damaged or even dead. So you definitely want to avoid this one. As I stated before, there's a lot of names used for this chemical, but the most common 3 are glutamate, monosodium glutamate, and glutamic acid. So make sure you search the ingredient list for these and avoid the foods that contain it. Number 4, trans fats. Trans fats are added to food in order to extend its shelf life. A lot of people know to avoid trans fats, but what you may not know is it's one of the most dangerous chemicals you can consume. It's like poison on a plate. That's right, we really should avoid trans fats at all costs. So if you look at that nutrition label and it contains trans fats, just put it back. You'll be glad you did. Number 5, certain food dyes. That's right, they make your food look pretty, but you make your insides look ugly. Let me give you a quick example. Blue dye number 1 and blue dye number 2 are capable of causing chromosomal damage to your systems. It's even outlawed in several countries. But amazingly, it's not outlawed in the United States. Studies done in rats show that chromosomal damage causes cancer, particularly brain tumors. Cancer. Number 6, sodium sulfite. Sodium sulfite is used in the making of wine and dried fruits, but it's also linked to attacks in those who have asthma, so it's definitely best to avoid. Number 7, sodium nitrate and nitrite. Both of these salts are used heavily in processed meats. They tend to cause issues with both your liver and your pancreas, among other internal organs. So it's definitely best to avoid this at all costs, unless you hate your liver. Number 8, butylated hydroxyanisole and butylated hydroxytoluene. We'll just call these BHA and BHT, because I'm not saying that again. Both of these are commonly found in cereals and gum to prevent them from losing color and going rancid. But let's just say they don't have the same effect on your body. Studies have shown that both of these have an influence on the way your brain functions. This can cause altered behaviors and even result in brain cancer. Both of these are oxidants that metabolize in the cancer-causing reactants within your body, so it's best to definitely avoid these. Well, anything on this list really. Number 9, sulfur dioxide. Good old SO2! You do hear a lot about this one in the news, but not when it comes to food. That's because it's spewed into the atmosphere and is responsible for bronchial issues. You can thank some factories for that. In fact, it's banned by the FDA for use on raw fruits and vegetables. But apparently it's fine for processed foods, even though that does nothing to mitigate the effects. So be extra sure this is not anywhere on the ingredients list. Number 10, potassium bromate. This is used in many white flour products in order to boost volume. Little side effect though, it causes cancer in animals. Granted, this may be in higher doses, but studies also show even a small amount can affect humans negatively. Yet another reason to stick to whole grain breads. And I do mean whole grain, not whole wheat. Sadly, there's over 300 more food additives in use in the United States. Most of them also used globally. But these are the 10 we absolutely should avoid at all costs. Again, it's best if you're eating all natural foods. But if for some reason you must eat something processed, this list will go a long way at helping you avoid the danger zone. These things can be confusing and even hard to find sometimes on your own. Just like losing weight is hard to do on your own. It definitely helps to have someone to talk to about it. So if you're looking for a weight loss community to help keep you motivated and accountable, or you just want someone there with you along your weight loss journey, please follow us on Facebook and join our Facebook group. Those links are at the bottom of the description. With all that said, stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated, and I'll see you in the next video.